So this event was just extremely rushed for me in the beginning in general. I got there a little late. I kind of had to rush for tech. I literally had to throw everything out of my car. Shout out to my girlfriend Jess for helping me get it done in time. And then this run was extremely rushed as well. I completely parked in the wrong spot in the paddock. I didn't really know what was going on. And ended up being the second person to go. And I was in the first heat, so I was the second person the total day to go. So it was kind of hard for me because I didn't really know what I was doing, and I wasn't able to watch anyone and see what they were doing to figure out what I was doing. So this was actually my first encounter with the Chicago box, but I was able to figure it out. It wasn't that hard. And this was my first time with a slalom like this, and I don't want to talk about this. That should have been a DNF, but it didn't get caught, so I'm not going to say anything about it. One cool thing a lot of events offer is an instructor. This was my first official SCCA event, so I definitely opted to have an instructor ride along with me. This was my second run that I was able to get in, and I was able to get one. Shout out Jeff, he really did help me a lot. After this run, we talked for a while, and even after the next run, we talked for a little bit, and he was able to offer me a lot of great advice. And I was able to even apply that at my next event, and I think you guys will be able to see a big difference between this event and then my next event with the MoHud.
Pinch this corner. Good. All right. Look over to your right. Look over to your right. There you go. Nice. Oop. Get that one. Nice. We gotta make like a 90-degree turn here, so there you go. Once you get around this cone, you can give a little gas here. Yep, stay left, 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 left. Yeah. Now we've added a lot of extra distance. So you basically took the same line you did last time. I'm trying to get you to go left.
Nah.
Good. Tuck it in there, nice and tight. Nice. Good. Give it a little more gas there. You got it. Code!
Again?
So there was some
No,
kind
I
of
think it's still
a
done. I think
timing
somebody
issue
else
with
did it.
that last run, and for whatever reason my time wasn't recorded, which I was kind of upset about because I would have liked to see the time difference, with what Jeff had told me. But this was my first run after having him in the car with me, and after talking with him, and I was able to shave 5 seconds off my previously recorded time. So definitely gave me some good advice, and I was able to apply that out there on the course. So a big issue I had this event was I was way too mindful of my tire pressure. I am by no means at a point where I am skilled enough that I should be concerned about my tire pressure really. I should just kind of leave it and just get better and then concerned about that. But at this point my tire pressure was way too low. I started getting a lot of sidewall roll and just losing traction. See that at one point here. So this was the last run of the heat. I did end up getting another run in, but that was just due to the timing error in my third run. At this point, after my run, I finished and I put everything away. So I did not have the GoPro set up in the last run. It was just the phone mount and the windshield. But it ended up being my fastest run because I was able to work the stations and watch people go through and see what did work and what didn't work for other people. And I was definitely able to apply that in my my extra run that I got there. So this is my extra run that I was able to get. I just wanted to say shout out to the New York region for a great event and for allowing me to get this extra run in. I also want to say shout out to Jeff for his great instruction. And after this run, he was able to give me a ride along and really show me what he meant by I was not attacking the course enough. I believe he came in second place with the pack score overall at this event. He was in a BRZ and boy was he driving that thing. So hopefully you guys can see in the second part of this video that I definitely attacked the course a lot better, and that was largely in part to Jeff. So thank you, Jeff. So a couple things to mention on this first run. First and foremost, I was having some GoPro issues. The battery was not working, and I didn't have an SD card, so I couldn't get that to work. Secondly here, I got a little confused and I almost went off course, but I got smart and I decided to hit the cone instead. I decided to take the time penalty instead of the DNF. And I was fortunate to actually work first. This right here was my station, so I was able to see people and how they attacked it, but unfortunately I still struggled with a lot of understeer with my car. And you'll see during the rest of my runs that I definitely still struggle with that a lot. So I guess kind of ironically, because I was too concerned about my tire pressure at the last event, I tried not to worry about it too much at this event. I didn't check my tire pressure after my first run and it ended up, I guess, getting a little bit too high after putting to the tires. And I did struggle with traction at a few points here. At one point I lost the traction a good bit and I started fighting with the steering wheel too much. And you'll see that here shortly. club ran, we had everybody split up into 2 groups, separated based on the classes, and each group got 4 runs in the morning and then 4 runs in the afternoon. So this was my last run of the morning before we break for lunch.
Any comments for the live feed?
So this was my first run in the afternoon. I did have to work first after lunch, but this ended up being my fastest run. For whatever reason, the software ended up connecting to someone else's car's OBD, so I wasn't able to use any of the data for speed or anything like that.
Thank you.
So unfortunately, I did have to leave early. It was a really hot day, so I wasn't starting to feel well. And due to the time, it was getting a little close, and I had to drive my brother to the airport after this. So I did have to leave early. I just want to say shout out to the MoHud region for a great event. And thank you everybody for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe and definitely make sure to like and share this video. Thank you.